It's been a long break, but welcome back. Today I have with me, what's your name?
Josh.
Josh. And done some reformatting. We're going to try something a little different. We're going to start off with some questions. What are you?
Oh man. I guess simply put, just a human being.
Why?
I was born here on Earth, and that's the best I can answer that.
What do you want?
In life, hopefully to be able to contribute to society in a positive way.
Why do you want it?
I want to do that. Biggest reason is because I'm type 1 diabetic. And, 100 years ago, if that would have happened, I would have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah.
Thankfully, someone's done research and found ways to help keep people like me alive. And I want to be able to do the same for someone else.
Do you think you should have it?
I think I should. I've been to school and I didn't know it at first, but I do like science and topics related to that, and doing research in the past, I enjoyed it, and if I put my mind to it, I'm sure I could do it.
What would you do to get it?
For now, I gotta find me a job that'll help me go back to school and maintain life while, being able to go to school and finish school and get a PhD, and hopefully through that I can find a way to help someone live longer.
What would you do if you had it?
What would I do if I had it? Man, I'd just be really happy, and I just want to get to know the people who would benefit from, that information or from those advances in medical technology.
What would you do if you knew you would never have it?
That'd honestly really suck. If I knew I would not be able to achieve that, I would just have to put my effort into the next best thing for myself.
Do you think you will ever have it?
I think I can. It's gonna be rough, and it's been rough, but I'm still shooting for it.
What would you want next?
After that, at this time in my life, after that, whenever that happens, I'd say hopefully just be with someone and share a good life with them.
What are you afraid of?
Dying alone. I don't like being alone. I don't mind it here and there, but I'm still a person, and being alone for too long just kind of makes me go a little bit crazy. So
I feel that. What is your best using story? As in like drinking or drugs or...
Wait, say that one more time?
What is your funnest using story? If you have one.
Gosh. Like best memory of any kind?
Yeah.
I think it just have to be probably when I was a kid and, didn't have to pay for so many things, and just knowing that I could go see my friends and whatever it was that we do, whether it be playing baseball or playing video games, you just have a good time.
Yeah, feel that. What is your worst?
I guess one of my worst would probably be like when my parents found out that I wasn't straight. It kind of, for me, just really sucked because I love my family, and they love me too, but I know they have their principles and the things they believe in, and I respect that. But I just feared that the life I wanted to live would unfortunately have to be painted, outside of my family, where seeing them every day isn't a natural thing.
What natural form do you admire most?
What natural form do I admire most?
Yeah, so like trees or waterfalls, or the marbling.
Say fire.
Fire?
Fire.
Sick.
Fire is crazy. I mean, people use it every day to cook, start engines. It's mostly trains, but
Yeah. Humans have a very love-hate relationship with fire.
yeah.
A long one, too.
But yeah, and at the same time, certain ecosystems and trees and flora flourish and can reproduce after fires wipe out everything that was there prior to.
Yeah, after there's no sunlight getting to the bottom of the canopy, there's no new growth, so that all has to go, and that also returns all the nutrients up to the soil.
Exactly. So yeah, fire is just
Yeah.
something like it's also just so warm. If you've ever been out on a really cold day, just camping wherever, and you're right in front of a fire, like God, it feels absolutely great.
Yeah, it does. Then again, there's flamethrowers used in warfare to
Yeah.
reduce whole forests to rubble.
There is that. There is all that. It was like not too long ago, like the forests in Brazil burning down,
Yeah, and then in Maui too.
and yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, and the problem with the ones in Brazil is those get turned into farmland. Often they're set intentionally in ranch land because they're not making a whole lot of money off of the forest, and they can't log it because it's protected. But if it's burned down, then it can be developed into ranch land, which they can profit off of.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I didn't want to say to that too. Like it's just all that I think is really shown in people too. Like fire can be used for destructive things, but also real good things, and in that
Yeah.
way too. People were all the same. Everyone has good and bad sides to them, but neither of those things, should be looked at negatively, or it's not just that one bad thing or that one good thing that a person needs.
Yeah. There's also there's sort of like we use fire in a very poetic way, and and that it seems so like permanent, like if you like tear something up or whatever, it can still be reassembled. But there's always this notion that like fire is like a sort of absolute, destroyer. Anyway. So, the 3 plates in front of you each have 2 of one of the following. We have a cheese from Barber's. We have a copa, and then we have some spicy pistachios. So,
Sorry, did you say this was spicy capicola?
no, it's just regular.
Oh, okay.
Pretend the marbling and the meat is a raw shock test. What do you say?
So you said pretend the marbling on the meat is...
A raw shock test. Where it's like those ink blots on like a...
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay. So what do I see?
yeah.
Then looking at it from here, it just reminds me if you've ever flown on a plane over a country before landing onto the strips. If you're ever going over areas that have rivers,
Yeah,
that's definitely what it reminds me of.
very interesting. Describe the colors you see without using the names of any colors.
Of the meat,
Yeah,
without using what?
the names of any colors. So like You can't say red or white or
You said describe the colors of the moon without naming a color.
yeah, like by analogy, perhaps.
I'd say that the meat itself looks like freshly exposed skin with like runnings and etchings of rivers through it that would be like the bone. If you've ever cut that deep enough into yourself and you see the bones or tendons, that's how I'd describe it.
Go ahead and try one piece. And don't say what you think about it.
Okay.
All right. As soon as you're done, now look at the pistachio. Where is your favorite tree?
Where is my favorite tree?
Yep.
I've never actually seen it, but photos of frozen cherry blossom trees in Japan always seem like the prettiest thing ever. So that'd have to be somewhere in Japan.
Maybe another tree. Maybe not one that is like famous or whatever, but any sort of tree that you have a personal maybe like it was at your childhood home or something like that. It's alright if there isn't one.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think it would have to be a tree in my sister's yard, in her backyard. It's gonna sound stupid, but I guess the reason I really like it a lot is because one, there's always a bunch of cicadas in that tree during the time of year when there's a lot of cicadas around. But two, there'd also be a lot of squirrels that run up and down that tree, and the dogs that they have would always bark and run across the entire yard just chasing the squirrels. And that's one tree that they would run up, but the dogs would always just wait at the bottom until the squirrel would just jump off. But it's also a really big tree, so on hot days it definitely provided a lot of shade.
What kind of tree is it?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. It's green all year, though, I can tell you that much.
Nice. Okay, now try one of them.
You said eat one?
Yeah. Okay, now look at the cheese. Tell me about a moment you fully accepted loss or defeat. How did you feel?
A moment I suffered loss or defeat?
A moment you fully accepted a loss or a defeat. How did you feel?
I guess for me, it'd have to be one time after a night out with some friends. One thing led to another after going somewhere to drink, and my friend and I were arrested. And for For me, that was a loss because unfortunately my friend ended up getting a lot of charges pressed against him, and he was in jail for some day, and now he's in prison. And it felt like a real big loss for me because it's a friend, and
Yeah.
you always think about what you could have done wrong, right? But after all that went down, I honestly just felt pretty shaken. Sad, mad, not happy with myself, uncomfortable, and just wish I would have taken more things into consideration. But, we're humans at the end of the day, and we go through these things, but definitely in the moment, I didn't feel happy about anything, about how any of those things went down.
Why go through the trouble of developing this final product when you can just drink milk?
Sorry, what?
Why go through the trouble of developing this final product when you can just drink milk?
Because it's not exactly the same thing. They both have dairy.
True.
They come from the same thing, but, this one's a little bit different. It's solid at room temperature, not a liquid. It tastes different, and it comes in different colors, and it can go really great on a sandwich. I wouldn't put milk on a sandwich.
Try it. Now try all three together.
Alright, let me say, I'm gonna use both hands.
Nice. Okay. Those are all the scripted questions I had. Is there anything you'd like to talk about, or anything you know a lot about, or anything like that?
Well, I'll just say, because of my background, the things I'm most educated on is probably topics that have to do with chemistry, biology, and research.
Nice. So, what do you work in?
Right now,
Yeah.
I would want you to guess what I do right now, because it is not related to any of that at all.
I'm gonna guess some sort of consulting, maybe.
That's definitely like one thing I'm kind of going for, just because I know it's a job that'll pay more. But I'm currently working at a restaurant, just like a shift manager kind of thing.
Nice.
So yeah, in food.
Cool. What restaurant?
It's a sandwich shop.
I used to work at a sandwich shop. Yeah, Schlotsky's.
Which one?
Schlotsky's.
Schlotsky's? Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's pretty dang similar to mine. It's called Richard.
Oh, nice. Nice. What plans, like, or wait, I think I already asked that. I'm a little off my game.
Sorry?
So, like, do you make the sandwiches, or
Yeah, my job includes making sandwiches, of course, but also just training new people, making sure opening and closing procedures are what they need to be, and customer service.
Yeah. Yeah, I hated working restaurants.
What? Why did you hate working there?
I don't know, it's just, I feel like those jobs exist, like, to employ drug addicts. Like, that's kind of the reason.
I mean, okay, I get where you're coming from. I can totally understand that. Definitely. I don't love it there either, exactly. There definitely are things I don't like when we're supposed to close at 8 o'clock and the customer comes in at 7:50. I'm just like, dude, it's just a sandwich. You can just make that at home. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, are you out of school?
At the moment, I'm not going to school. I'm still trying to pay off the first semester that I went for.
Mm,
But currently out of school.
nice. When are you planning on going back?
Hopefully, as long as I stick to the plan that I made myself to be able to financially go back and again be stable with all the things I do need to pay for, maybe by the fall semester of next year.
Hmm.
2025? Yeah. 2025. No, 2025. My bad.
You know what I kind of miss about beer?
What?
Just, like, being able to chill the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I told you this is the first time I ever did this with anyone, so I'm like, I'm gonna just have a beer, like, a few. I got more in there. But
yeah, that is the standard thing to do. Feels weird doing it without one, honestly. But if I did, then I'd probably be like super drunk right now. And so I guess I'm like just trying to find a happy medium or whatever. Anyway.
Does me drinking in front of you make you uncomfortable?
No, not at all. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from walking to the gas station right now and getting a fucking 18-pack. But, it's just like you have to kind of get to the point where you want to where you have to decide daily not to, sort of thing, to actually quit. For an addict, anyway. Dude, I wish I could just drink in moderation. That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. Anything final you'd like to say? Anything final you'd like to say? Or?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it just depends, like, for me, like, why exactly are you making these podcasts? Like, are you doing it just to get to know people and just gain different perspectives? Are you trying to put a message out there for others? Are you trying to collect demographics to, I don't know, be able to find an answer, a pattern in society?
Well, I'm kind of working on, like, this idea. I have this kind of vision. I want to figure out if there's, like, a series of questions that you can ask someone that will lead you and them to, like a sort of, like, place of understanding about maybe themselves. And that's why I was hesitant to send you the questions too, because then the person has the chance to sort of curate their answer. It's not as like raw, I guess, and it might not be as truthful as if it's the first time they're hearing it, sort of thing.
Oh, gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. I read your questions, but even though I read them, I don't know if you noticed, but when you were asking me them, I felt like I was just reading them for the first time.
Yeah.
No, I get it. You're just trying to,
Yeah.
get to know people, and
Yeah.
we're all struggling in one way or another. We all have things that we need to improve on, move past, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I guess if I decide anything to say to people, just be, you gotta fight your dang hardest to be your best self.
Yeah.
It's not about racing everyone around you, though it makes sense for people, like F1 drivers, obviously do, but at least in our lives and the places that we end up in, it's not me versus the person next to me, it's me just with myself. And, as I shared a few things with you,
Yeah.
just like anyone else, I've gone through a lot of things on my own, but I gotta try hard every day and a little bit harder the next day to keep on going and achieving the things that I want.
Yeah. And another thing I'm trying to do is I feel like I get kind of stuck a lot with a lot of guests with like very like sort of surface level conversation, and I'm trying to see if I can like kind of get under that, because I do believe that there's like a certain series of words or questions out there that will like almost derive some sort of meaning, or something original, some new thought or idea, or at the very least something truthful, But yeah, that's the questions are definitely going to change. I have some thoughts. I had some thoughts on those going halfway through. I'm going to remove one or two. I thought of a few new ones I might put in next time. I'm thinking I'm going to use black plates, maybe to better contrast the colors of the items.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of good notes I'm thinking of.
I do like that you asked. It's not every day someone asks you to describe the colors or something without using the main colors that you see in front of you.
Yeah.
So that definitely was challenging, but not too difficult, not impossible. Could be done. Okay, good. I like this. I like what you're doing here.
Thanks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. Hope you'll have a good week. Later.